Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Shadow Empire in the Steam Release Series, episode number 27, 28, 26, who knows anymore. I have just spent probably about an hour, hour and a half just immersing myself in this game, and I have to say there's one big change I made from the last episode, which was a little bit of trial and error. So this isn't the first time I've seen this new turn. I've actually reloaded the previous save, excuse me. Let me also move this mic, sorry. Hate to do that. Should have done it before the recording, but a little OCD. Probably didn't need to do it. Anyway, logistics. Speaking of OCD, you can really get into logistics. So what I did is I set a traffic pull point, logistics pull point here for 1K. This was originally 100. I set it to 1,000. What I realized is there's 4,000 being demanded here, and thanks to the advice of Gary, probably other people have mentioned this as well. I think it was at least Gary who mentioned it, probably among others. You can go over to the expanded screen. I mean, we could probably just look at the inventory down here if I really wanted to. Is this? Yeah, it's changing. So there's a big stockpile of things, and when you have a big stockpile of things, the HQ, SHQ I should say, the Supreme Headquarters says, hey, that should be in my inventory. What are you doing with it? Tries to take it. A little bit silly in my opinion, because for crying out loud, let Gigoyas have their damn metal. Just let it sit there. So what was happening, instead of feeding the troops, we were transporting metal to somewhere where it's just going to have to move back to Gigoyas anyways, because we're, it's not like we're done building projects there. Now, a lot of the new pull, which is only, we didn't get the full 1,000. There's obviously too high of demand, so it split things according to the demand. I probably could have put 2,000 here to get more. In any case, it doesn't matter. At least our troops are getting fed. I'm assuming that food is the higher priority, and maybe ammunition is still lacking a little bit. Yeah, so the main thing is I don't want troops dying. I actually, the first time I loaded up, this is not the reason I reloaded. I'm okay taking casualties, but we were actually losing troops because everything over here was black. Not even red, just completely out of supply. So I decided to fix it, right? Putting this 1,000 pull points here is a temporary measure. We did just this turn complete the truck station, so that's going to be good. That will help a little bit. The big issue, obviously, is we need railroads. We need rails, we need trains. 4K to a train, not a big deal. Along my measly logistics system, it's a real pain. Now, I don't know, if I was the person actually in the world and running this as a logistics person, I would never say, hey, prioritize metal over food. Those military people are starving for a lot of reasons. First of all, because it just makes sense. But second of all, if you start starving military people, that's kind of the wrong population to piss off. Anyway, this game is just so much fun now. All these different things. We have a lot to go through. History, I don't think anything attacked us, but I don't remember. No battles for sure, but wait, or was it the first time? So I only reran this turn once. I fixed the logistics and I just went with it. If I were to go back and do it again, I'd probably increase it to even like 2K pull points, because I think whatever's going on... Yeah, that was pretty basic. I think whatever's going on in the new city, Lausheim, is much more important than stockpiles of metal in Gigoyas. It's just... I don't know. Obviously, it's irking me quite a bit. Okay, new development of model, complete Raven, so that's our new one. I have been informed, did I already know this, that rockets are way, way, way better than precision bombs? So we'll have to switch on that. Kind of weird to me, I think. Well, and I guess it's not like smart munitions or something like that, but we discovered a new model, medium aircraft 1E. Now, I don't understand what this 1E is for. It's probably something that's in the manual, but maybe there's going to be multiple medium aircraft. I don't know. Or maybe it's something left over from debugging. That was my first instinct, but I feel like it couldn't have made it this far if it was a debugging artifact. Okay, we've also discovered laser rifles. That seems like a reasonable thing to prioritize in the near future. We're going with aircraft as a high priority, but never mind, that's separate from the military, research anyway. Okay, we operationalized our light armor infantry corps. I might consider getting some of these. They aren't in APCs, so they have that manpower penalty that I always like to complain about, but it wouldn't be so bad. If we get light armor infantry corps mechanized, if we get the light armor mechanized infantry, that is the one. That's the one. I'll be producing that, like, a lot of it. I mean, you can see I really love the mechanized. We already got the 2 of the machine gun ones. Okay, we discovered armored assault army. Some of these, like, conglomerates of units, these assault ones, I just don't, like, Vic, please, if you hear my cry, if you're going to give us all these kind of bizarre things, why not just make the the TOE, Table of Organization and Equipment System that you had in Advanced Tactics Gold? Why take a step back? I don't know if it's to protect the AI, that if we give the player the ability to kind of min-max everything, it'll outstrip the AI's ability to put reasonable formations together. Maybe that's his intention, just to keep the game a little more balanced. But, God, I mean, if we're designing the exact bomb load or rocket load or fuel tank on an aircraft, you would think that we would have the ability to design a formation. So, in a role-playing perspective, it certainly is within the scope of the player character, whatever we are. Not very much as far as the cards go. I'll try to mention the things I saw in the other version, the alternate universe that we'll never see because it had 2 little points and everybody was dying from starvation. I think that there was 3 clicks of cards in the vidcom, so there was a lot of cards delivered. I don't know if there was an artifact or not. I don't remember, but okay. So let's get to the decisions, because I'm going to try to do 3 turns in this. That would be a miracle, because we have a lot of work to do. Probably not, actually, because I remember we're going to do an aircraft. So we have this new aircraft design. I actually have not, in all my studying of everything, including logistics, I never even looked at what the hell we researched. So Little Bird ultralight aircraft. I feel like tactical bomber is just kind of a stupid role for this thing. We'll probably be making something else. This is kind of a waste, but whatever. I don't know what I'm doing with aircraft quite yet. Here's the new one. It is a wow. It's quite good. Okay, now it doesn't have a lot of the right things on it. First of all, we just got researched the turboprops, so we can put some of those on it. We want to take away the precision bombs, put on rockets instead. Which are, by the way, a lot lighter. So we might even eke out an extra hex of range out of this thing. That would be ideal. I'll have to play around with it. But I think that's worth, even before we get any field testing. Oh, okay. You know what? Maybe I should buy one of these Ravens. I need an airfield first, but we can get there. Maybe I should buy a Raven just so that we get some field testing experience before I switch all the parts up. I don't know. I mean, I'm starting to prioritize. I think I can prioritize getting some weaker units out for the field testing and then upgrade them later. Now, can you upgrade aircraft? How does that work? Is it like the tanks where they're just forever useless out there? In which case I want to do the bare minimum? I don't know. Well, anyway, let's design. You know what? No. I want to start with this unit decision. New commander. That's right, we do have this new, speaking of that mechanized machine gun group, we have a new brigade available. So let's just go pick up a new military person. 8 points.
Copy that.
Hooray! And guess what? You're horrible. But you're hired. Man, you're horrible. Well, at least you're commerce and mine. But
Okie dokie.
Anyway, get on in there. Zone decisions. Major work or strike in Lausheim. I'm having a hard time reading. 230 credits. This is like just an obvious yes. Is there anything else we want to do first? No, I guess not. So operationalize. Okay, let's do it. This one is the obvious one. Help kick up our democracy a little bit.
We'll go.
I can definitely afford the credits. Now let's go to reports and look at formations, yes. And the new one we have, which is continuing on this somewhat comical, somewhat sarcastic rant about the different formations. Vic, man, if you're gonna give us something as goofy as this, like this is literally like a grab bag of everything, and it's the same thing with the armored assault. Is that the one? No. Armored assault is somewhat reasonable. I think it's just these grenadier ones. Yeah, I mean, look at what the hell is this? 4 tanks, 4 transports for 1 infantry, 1 artillery, 1 machine gun, and 1 RPG. It's just, I mean, it's just bizarre. Let me make my own. I would really, I mean, honestly, one of my favorite parts of Advanced Tactics Gold was getting to make my own TOEs. TOEs, I think they're abbreviated, but I would really like to have that ability back. Now, that said, there's already so much complexity to this game, I also understand not adding more. So I want to continue to push down and get the armored mechanized infantry stuff. So let's get to the armored infantry.
Understood.
Try to move the needle over there. The mechanized stuff is really what I'm seeking now. Okay, now we have a... Strap yourself in, boys. We're in for a long one. What do I want for my medium aircraft? Well, I think that I'm going to try to start being a little bit smarter about things. In my opinion, the ultralight should be a recon. Kind of makes sense. I mean, if I know anything about recon, it can be done by ultralight aircraft. What else would we want from ultralight aircraft? I mean, maybe they're just intentionally kind of obsolete, but I don't know the advantages of... So let me put it this way. If I have a ultralight versus a light, do they have a base starting weight, which is different? Probably. So 6,000 total weight. What about if I did this one? Yeah, 400 total weight. 6,000 starting weight, that's a chonker. 1,200, yeah, geez, these are... Huh. Well, anyways, if we were to start over here, this is what I think should be my tactical bomber. So I'm going to make this as my tactical bomber. Now we have the turboprop engines. These use rare metals. Rare metals we're pretty much swimming in, so that's a good thing. Now there's a couple of variations I've found, and I know that we don't really want to have super heavy turboprop engines on things, probably. But if you hear me out here for a second, I think I can put medium wings on this. 3,000 fuel tank. My tactical bomber will not have air-to-air ordnance. And then I'm going to put just a massive bomb hatch on it. 5,000 kilograms. That is a huge, enormous bomb bay. I did something wrong. Okay, so, I mean, this works, right? This would definitely benefit from being a smaller engine because its ground speed is just way too fast. We're obviously going to redesign this. 2 hexes is just not what I wanted. So I probably could go down on this, but I think what I'm going to do instead... Efficiency only goes up by 1. 14 versus 13. Yeah, we'll take the super heavy. I don't think that this was a problem. Let's go instead to 8,000. I wish I had saved my darn design. Okay, this is viable, but it's 6 hexes, so we have something which works here. But let's tweak a little bit more. What about a very heavy with medium wings? Can we get 8,000 off the ground with this? No. But how close were we? Not very close. 186 is what we needed, and we only got to 165. And it's only got 5 hexes. Did I have an even bigger? What is the deal here? Let's try this. Let's go do all the same things but with a large wing and just see if that would make any difference. Because maybe we need to glide a little bit more. Oh, that did make a difference. Minimum takeoff speed is 168 for this thing. Okay, so I think what we're going to have to do is... Man, it is going to be just huge. A huge investment. Large wings seem to have been better. We'll go to 12k tank. We'll stick with the 5k bomb load. Alright, there we go. So we have minimum takeoff speed at 171. Ground speed is 183. Which means that this thing is going to take off at like the last couple of feet before the runway ends. And the large wings also mean that it will be a little bit less agile in the air. I mean, I don't know what... I shouldn't say a little bit less. It'll simply be less agile. I don't know to what degree. But You can think that a B-52 is much less agile than, say, an F-111, an aardvark. So that's what we're dealing with here. We made the wings enormous. It's not going to be able to maneuver as much. Still, I like the range, 10 hexes. This is quite a... I think this is good. And that's just what I think. The good news is I get feedback from people in the comments. It's been a really nice comments feedback system that we've had. So, okay, we're done there. Now, God, we're just spending so little time getting through these turns. But I wanted to pitch my Discord. For anyone who's watching this series, feel free to come check out the Discord, because you're the kind of mature, intelligent person, if you've managed to watch all this, suffer through it. I mean, it's pretty quiet in my Discord, but that's because I don't like rowdy kids making noise and, I don't want to make it seem like I'm an old man sitting on the porch shaking his stick at people, but yeah, I mean, there's a lot of young gamers, and I prefer to have more of a mature, casual, like relaxed, calm conversation. Okay. Number 2, trade. Yeah, I don't think we have any trade to do because radioactives are not selling for very much right now. Rare earth metals are selling for almost nothing. It's just insane. I almost want to buy the rare earth metals because they're so cheap. I don't know why. I mean, it's like 9 is not even that cheap, but it's twice as cheap as metal, which is something I could use, but all of it's stuck in Gagoyas, so I don't really need to worry about it. Okay, so no trade. Assets and construction. Yeah. So Gagoyas has nothing. They're just done sitting and waiting. I don't have the machinery right now in order to produce the next demetallization, which is kind of a cop-out because I'm going to have to spend metal and IP, industrial points, to buy the machinery if I don't get the next thing, which I need metal for. Essentially I'm trying to say it's probably not a very good excuse that I don't have the machinery for it, because I'm going to need to buy machinery and I need metal to do that, and getting a demetallization plan enables me for that, so yeah, whatever. Alright, so let's move on straight over there. Can't move on yet. Assets in Halkin. We finished the truck station, so we already saw that. 3 turns left, so that means 6 more machine parts are going to be gone. I think it's only 4 more though, because I think they are starting to stockpile 1 turn ahead. And the barracks is done in Losheim. So Losheim is, as far as happiness goes, slowly improving in population. Slowly, well, not even slowly, just severely decreasing in terms of workers. Now the good news is the danger did go down. So I don't know what the resting level of danger is if you have an army 2 hexes away, but apparently it's less than 42. I think that's how that works, because I'm pretty sure I've seen that danger levels go up if an enemy is 2 hexes away. Maybe it's just a % chance to happen and I got very lucky. Unrest is just dropping quite significantly, dropped by 8, and we expect it'll continue to drop. So let's play some cards here. I think it's worth spending 2,000 to give to the population, but I actually want to give them 500 first. So we'll do both. Sign, good.
Copy that.
And we rolled, what is that? A 12? It's a pretty low roll. But save your good rolls for the next card if you're going to, I guess. If I had to recommend something.
Copy that.
You rolled... Oh my gosh. But I mean, this is a huge benefit. 16 is just enormous. So it's much better than the 500 cards. So I think that we should only be using these. We rolled what is it? A 9? Yeah, those are 2. I mean, hey, they both just barely passed. And there's no difference between if it's a 100, there's no difference between a 101 and a 149. So we didn't waste any potential if we want to look at it that way, which, silver lining or not, I mean, glass half full, I might as well. And these guys have food and stuff like that. No, really, we need rail. And I looked at this. This is, if you noticed, I was looking at the Economic Council before I came back. It looks like we're 1 turn away from that. So we just try to pound our way through this turn, fight off the crippling logistical situation we're in. We should be able to solve that pretty soon. Okay, so let's turn off preview. We're going to move so that we can start doing other stuff. No need to build roads. What we're going to be needing to build is railroads. As far as asset construction goes... Sorry, I actually had to cut away there. But as far as asset construction goes... man. Well, there's two things we want to do right now. We want to help Losheim, but we can't really get... I don't want to stress the logistical situation. Okay, how about this? What if I just use the 2,000 card again on Losheim? What's their happiness at? They're up to 42, and I think that since this is going up, population happiness is now going up routinely. I'm going to go ahead and try to roll this again. Critical... Oh my goodness gracious, that is something. Holy cow, that card is so good. Oh my gosh, that card is good. That is fantastic. I mean, we really... We handled Losheim very nicely. That is the quickest turnaround. Yeah, that was a very quick turnaround. Let me put it that way. Now we can't do this, and we can probably do this. I think this is worth it, honestly. Let's do another one of these. 2,200 credits more invested because we can't really afford the construction of quality of life stuff. Okay, so that settles that. Metal is, you know, we got a metal situation, right? But I think out of all the construction we could do, first of all, I have a question. For those who might know, if Gogoyas is just sitting on all this stockpile of metal, can I build stuff in Gogoyas and they'll use the stockpile without having to, you know, ferry back and forth with the SHQ? Like, can I use the logistical failure to my advantage? Is there a way to force Gogoyas to stockpile things? Is this like a whole aspect of the game that I'm not aware of? Can we, you know, do something like ask them to stockpile ahead of time when I know I want to construct something? That would certainly make sense to me, but I don't think so. Or at least not to my knowledge, which just may mean I don't know how to do it. Okay, but can you build with the resources here is the big question, because then I can at least start construction in Gogoyas without fear of further breaking the logistical situation. In the meantime, I am going to stress things by building heavy industry. So this takes 625 metal a turn. Where am I going to get that from? Honestly, we're probably going to start buying metal. I think we can get away with doing this. I'm not sure. So obviously the demetallization plant is really bad. But as soon as the logistical situation clears up, and again, we're really hoping that the new truck station is going to help out. Now, what is it? Is it a 2-turn delay before... Okay, truck station has finished this turn. So next turn, does that mean it starts production and then the turn... I can't remember. It's like hugely delayed, and I think it's 1 turn beyond what it should be. If it doesn't activate next turn, in my opinion, that's a mistake. We can find out. What's our production points here? Yeah, 1,600. So it definitely is not... It's definitely not... That's what I'm already at, I think. Okay, truck station. Where's truck station 1? 2, I mean. Oh, it's already replaced it. But I can click on this. This has 1,600, yeah. So it's telling me the next turn I'm still only going to have 16. Why? Why is that? That doesn't make sense to me. To me, it should not be 2 turns after you finish it. There is a rationale, I know, because I remember what it was. I mean, at some point I knew what it was, but I still don't think it's correct. Even when I was thinking about it for a while, I think it's just 1 turn. And plus, you have to think about it from a user experience standpoint. It's really confusing to the player. Even if you tell them, hey, there's a good reason for it. It's hard to deal with. Okay, enough complaining. We have units to actually... We actually have units to move. Okay, and this is another huge thing. Man, this episode's just got heavy hitters left and right. It's quite possible. I forgot the majors can continue to exist when they don't have a city. It's quite possible that Losheim's remaining forces are operating without a city. I don't know if that's the case or not, but if it is, that means that they're pretty much not a threat. So I don't think that they're attacking. Now, we don't have our full ammunition, so I'm not going to do any bombardment. I think I'm just going to entrench. Or would it be worth it maybe to do 1 attack? How much ammunition do you have? You didn't fire last turn, so in theory, yeah, you're green in ammo. I don't know what that means. from the perspective of, well, okay, what? Wow, 34 to, wow, okay, because we have two awesome tanks. Oh. Okay, this is definitely confusing. This number is jumping like crazy. I think we're just going to attack and do it. Attack with everyone. 28 to 1. I mean, even 20 to 1 is a very good odds. The only reason I wasn't attacking is I was really hoping that these guys would get involved. But, you know, I wouldn't mind having that territory. So, just because now that we own that city, it seems to me wise to protect the surroundings. So, okay, let's just do the attack. Should I do it now? Let's do it. Yeah, they're dying so quickly and retreating that this lends a lot of credence to the idea that they don't have... Oh my god. Yeah, I really don't think they have... Maybe I'll look at it. Okay, supply modifiers minus 75%. Yeah, okay, they don't have a city. They don't have a city. Well, that's very good to know. So we can push them back, and that's going to be helpful from the perspective that we will further be able to reduce... Oh, what the hell assets are we getting here, by the way? Okay, these are all private things. That's fine. Thank God they're basically saving Losheim themselves. Now, we don't want to attack here yet, but maybe we can attack here? Push these guys back as well? 450. I think we'll take those odds, even in the city, even in the mountains. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll explain in a second. But this looks reasonable to me. Oh, they just instantly surrendered. That's fine. So they actually just are gone. I don't need to move in, but then it doesn't make sense. Why would I not move in? That's the whole point of doing this. The one thing I wanted to get is this one spot. I don't want this unit to continue to move forward. Okay, so we might have to do... Oh, okay, good. This buggy's going to go clear it for me. And then move back into the city. Perfect. It's the dream. Okay, everything's set there. We're going to stay where we are down here. And we are going to... Yeah, Perfecto Resto is actually climbing around the top of these guys. So at this point, I think it's just a mad dash for the more political points, which we'll go ahead and make. I believe it is protected. So I don't think it's empty. Oh, it is. Okay, we got lucky. I just wanted to go for it. Just, you know, to get it if we could. Oh, damn it, there is somebody there. Well, why do we have so much logistics coming down this road? I don't understand. And I expect it all to be used up, by the way. Like, bottlenecks? Huh. Okay, that is interesting. We're bottlenecked here. So we could probably get more No, that doesn't make sense. That makes sense. If we split the logistics, it's still a fixed number of trucks, right? Doesn't benefit us to have some trucks moving this way. So what I keep thinking is that the roads would have a maximum capacity, but I don't think that's true. I think maximum capacity is purely dictated by your truck station. Okay, anyway, this episode is going on already way too long. I wanted to get 3 episodes, 3 turns in. I think we're done. So, extremely good news about Halken. I mean the Losheim. That's really, really good news. And the fact that the city's pretty much at 100% happiness now is wonderful. We can increase the money for them to make the workers a little happier. I think that'll also be alleviated as soon as we can get the danger and unrest down. That said, I think that's good for this turn, so I'm probably missing... Oh my gosh, I am, yeah. Where to move these guys? Well, now that I don't think Losheim is a real threat, honestly, I don't know. We might... I'm just going to leave them in the city for one turn. Yeah. I don't know where I'm going to put them, because I think Salzburg is the next attack. There's a little bit of cleanup. Okay, we have to move them. It's probably better... but these guys are collapsing so easily. It's basically a waste of fuel. Let me think. I might as well have just flipped a coin, but I'm going to decide to leave them here, because that'll make things easier. So I'm just going to cut away to the next turn. See you back. Oh my gosh, there's just no way we're going to be able to finish this turn and another one, but this was a fantastic turn. Oh my gosh. I need to calm down, but honestly, this is, out of all the games I'm playing right now, this is the one I would most like. I mean, all the different games I'm trying to play for the channel. This is the one I'd most like to just take to myself, go off on a deserted island and play for like a month and then come back with better understanding. Of course, I'd like to do that with some of the experts in the comment section looking over my shoulder, but okay, so I don't think there's anything to show here. Oh yeah, there was a reason. Yeah, so there's movement in the south. The slavers are getting pushed back. They have taken all but this one hex. They attack, and of course, out of the 5 options they had, the Twisters decided to attack me. It didn't matter. We didn't lose anybody, so it didn't end up being negative. And now here's the big one. High-speed rail. You think that's the big one? Well, that's one of the big ones. Trailblazer's done. 1E, guess what? It means 1 engine, which I'm sure everyone was shouting at their screens, but hey. How do I know that? Because something with 2 engines is called 2E. It was all made very clear. We have discovered light mechanized armor infantry. Yes! This is what I want. That's what I want. We finished research on the rocket engine. We excavated an artifact. Very fine powered suit. And then we got more of these cards, which are very useful, especially those 2000 ones. Although probably we won't need one this turn. You'll see. I mean, the money situation is getting a little tight now. Yeah, okay. Commercial gift. I don't have 300. We won't have any money. Right now, money is going to be tied up in buying metal. Okay, so that's the first thing, is we did lose 136. Now, I think we're okay. I think. The reason why I think that is because we only have 2 turns left on the demetallization. And in my... This is just experiential. This is just anecdotal evidence. It seems like if you have something which is more than 4 turns or more, they have completely stockpiled all the necessary goods. Although it doesn't show it here, I feel like the zone or whatever has already been given the necessary stockpile of goods. Maybe we can just tell. Do they have 2 high-tech parts here? They don't. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's just, it feels that way. It feels like they've already stockpiled enough. Well, there's only 2 more turns, so it means next turn, at least there shouldn't be a drain anymore on metal. And that's what I was referring to. I started looking at high-tech parts. But the main thing for me is metal. Is this minus 136 going to happen for 2 more turns? I don't think so. Maybe 1 more turn? But I don't know. Just based on this feeling, this intuition, I think it'll actually stop this next turn. I'm flying by the seat of my pants. I'm going off intuition. And that's so... I mean, I do rely on my intuition a lot. But this is a pretty not well-formed intuition. In a game like this, it's just so opaque. For me, it's very hard. I think that Vic really makes you work to get the information that you want. It's all provided. There's tons of reports, but it's just not easily accessible. I don't know how he would even do it better, but it is difficult. Okay, that's a lot of talking. So let's just get to the decisions. Obviously, there's a lot going on here, right, with all these technologies and all this stuff. So I think I'm going to bump research priority up to 75. I don't think applied science even has anything. We'll go to 80. I don't think they have anything to research right now. I mean, I don't think they have anything to discover. So discovery points do continue to build. If you don't have anything to research because you don't have anything discovered, all your research points go into discovery. However, if you are, putting all your points in discovery, you can just keep stockpiling them. Now, how does it work when you get? So you continuously stockpile discovery points, and then when you discover a technology, are they wiped to 0, or what's the math there? Because if it's wiped to 0, then you definitely don't want to prioritize discovery as high as I have been. We'll do 85%. In fact, I'm going to want to go talk to the other economic councils. I mean, economic council, all the other councils, not just economic council. We'll want to, I think, start decreasing discovery and increasing research. More, just basically prioritizing that more. Now, going to the technology tree, all these are discovered, and this one is holding back both of these, so we want to get one of these too. Water purification is at 75%. It says this can allow us to recycle, but if it just generates water from nothing, I don't need it. I only need it because it's a tech which will help us unlock other techs. So for that reason, I will take it. Now we have this 2-engine thing, and I probably ought to play with this. Let me do that off camera. Do we want to upgrade Halkin to Metropolis? Well, it looks like the quality of life stuff is being met, so I'll say yes. I don't know what the advantage of doing that is, besides being able to build assets one level higher. But the problem is we're already at level 5. What is a level 6? Is there such thing as a level 6 asset? I've never seen it. So what does level 6 give you? That's my question. Or what is it in general? Because it does have a severe negative with the quality of life demand. So I don't know what benefit it holds. The slavers have come back after their crushing defeat at the hands of that southern major power. And now they're saying they want us to buy some slaves. Well, normally I would say no. Normally I would say yes. I'm going to say yes. The only time that it's like they come to me at the wrong time. I actually need my money right now. But we're going to go ahead and do it. Because it gives us commerce, it takes away meritocracy. It's just good. Okay, so as far as these things go, we're in good hands. I still don't understand how we got so lucky as to get scientific religion. Now, getting the private careers is not very important to me. I've seen how quickly we can turn a city around. I'd much actually, at this point, rather the quality of life bonus. So due procedure and democracy is now more important than commerce. But hey, we've kind of entrenched ourselves in the 3 we're going to stay in. So getting any of them up is just a good thing. Okay, so I'll come back about that. Let's go to trade. Yeah, we're going to want to buy the metal. And it's 2,500, yeah. So bad. I think we can make it without buying this. The alternative is, okay, so it takes 20 metal to get 1 machine. 20 times this is 400, and the machine actually costs less. And it also takes rare metals and industrial points, but those are basically free. So the question is, do I want to buy machine parts directly? I guess so. Well, I don't want to buy machine parts directly. No, it takes 20 metal. Yeah, so it actually is cheaper for me to buy the machine parts than for me to buy the metal and then use it to build machine parts, which is what I was going to do. I was going to build at least 2 or 3. But now that I think about it, instead of buying metal, I can just, I can do it this way. I didn't even think about this off camera, but I'm going to do this. So this is a lot better than buying 2,500 worth of metal, which actually I guess we would get 6. Yeah, it's definitely better. Oh my gosh. I did not realize. Do we want to buy 6? Because I assume that their price is going to go up. Do we want to just buy 7? It's kind of like buy 6, get 1 free, because it was going to cost 2,500, although it was 6 extra metal for that 2,500. I think we'll just get all 7. No. Okay. What is my actual demand right now? Let's not be stupid. What? Oh my god, it takes 5 machine part. Oh my god, okay, yeah. We basically have to buy them all of this then.
Roger that.
No discount, 23 credits, or just 1%. He gave me a 1% discount. I mean, it's something, right? It's just a lot less than I was expecting. Probably should have done that trade thing before I did the decision, which pissed her off. I think it pissed her off. I'm not sure, though. Yeah, so obviously we can't buy very much metal now. I mean, we could just completely... We obviously don't need to spend... But last time, by the way, did lose population happiness. It's in the 80s. It's fine for now, but it's not great. All green over there. Man, it's just so much going on. So much to do. So do we want to buy metal? I mean, we also have... I never thought I would have to use it. Okay, let's worry about trading. I think I am going to have to sell something here. Radioactive is not a very good price, but I think we're just going to have to do it. Sell 20 of them. We don't need them, and they're still pretty valuable. So let's do this. Let's sell that. Go over. I mean, we're at the point of stabilization, so I feel that this is worth it. We just buy 100 metal.
Roger that.
Okay, so we're sitting at 1,000. I think we're okay now as far as metal and everything else goes. We just need to survive like 2 more turns. So we can survive 2 more turns with minus 136. I don't think, again, I think it'll go up after this. Okay, but moving on. That is trade. Now we have assets. Well, we're not going to build any assets. I know it's crazy because I'm sitting here and we have the technology, but they're just so damn expensive. We're going to need high-tech parts. And we're going to need machine parts. I'm starting to wonder, how much worse is it? How much worse is it to build just normal rail stations? Because you trade... this is fuel, and the high speed takes energy, but it takes a lot more energy. What is the trade-off between like energy and... So we could get... It's 1-to-1. Or we can take 200 water and get 250 power. Okay, so yeah, power is a little bit better. Especially because you can go... Yeah, and we can always do more solar panels. Yeah. Okay, so power is definitely the thing we want to invest in. Okay, I mean, we want to invest in something which draws from power. And save our fuel for... I mean, we aren't really using tanks, but eventually we will. So yeah, let's stockpile that fuel. We'll go with this eventually, but not this turn. So, good. Assets are all done. We just need to sit on what we're doing. Logistics-wise, I didn't have a logistics flowchart. I mean, it's not in my turn. But we can lower this. I'm going to lower it down to 200. I'm not sure I want to lower it all the way, but the new logistics system is going to work out really nicely. I don't think it happened this turn, if I'm not crazy. Initial. Yeah, so initial was 1600, but next turn it does kick in. It is what I thought. So we're losing a little bit over here. I think this is because of decay or whatever, which means if I just put a supply station in wherever it should go, this would be fixed, but it's fine. Everything's green over here. Lostheim was probably not able to get all that it wanted to get. No, it only has demand of 81. Well, it definitely got everything then. So yeah, we'll lower that to 200, and I think that will help figure out things with Gogoyas, which is just has an insatiable demand for logistics. Okay, so that's that. We'll eventually get the rail stuff going as soon as all this other stuff. Good thing I built all these demetallization stuff because we're still down on metal. It's crazy. Build roads, which is going to become build railroads very soon, but not yet. No more raising formations. Moving units. Okay, so yeah, we're back to this whole grind, and we actually have move. We actually have people who can do bombardment again. I'm gonna move them. Yeah, I'm gonna move them up. I actually do want this unit to move up as well. Recon. But it's going to move back down as soon as we're done with bombardment. Now, I want to replenish. I don't think I'm going to replenish troops, but are we missing? So we have 3,300 infantry and 500 machine guns. We're not missing artillery. So, oh, it finally got delivered! Oh my gosh, so 000, that's what I like to see. We have 500 stockpiled. We don't need any. Fantastic. Yeah, so that means that you are back up to full strength. Oh, okay, that, and yeah, we're back up to full strength. Fantastic. Okay, so I don't think it matters much which way we attack, but we probably should attack this one because that's surrounded on 3 sides, and then we can attack this one from 3 sides. You know, the normal peeling away at the onion. This is probably going to take a lot of ammo. I don't want to replenish that ammo, but they're all just dying. In fact, we might have... Yeah. We actually have some action points left. So I can move them back down. Into the city. Which I do want to do. Would you want to continue to put pressure on that unrest? I'll leave this one, because that's fine. 112, yeah. This is going to go fine. Oh, we instantly killed all of them. I was waiting for the next round. It will never come. Alright, move 2 people in. And, well, you're next. They already know that, though. Maybe I shouldn't have moved down, because then we lose a little... Nah, I mean, they finished this round early anyway. Okay, so we want to continue to put pressure here. I think I'm going to put pressure like this. Just to make sure that he doesn't come back this way. If he goes up this way... Yeah, I think this is fine. Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Let's not worry about it. And do we want to do any other movement? Well, I mean, we don't need to be the last person to cut this guy off. Oh, there is still somebody here. Okay, well, that changes things a little bit. Just do this so that he's boxed in. Let them kill him, though. Looks like we can do this to grab those, move back. Alright, so the border with us and Prefectoresso is being, solidified. And that's it. So that's going to call this video to a close, unfortunately. I wasn't able to get 3 turns, but it's just, they're so chock-pack of things. That's why I want to just take this game and just play it on my own. And this save game in particular, because I'm having a lot of fun with it. But for now, we'll just have to call this video to a close. Hopefully I'll get them out every 4 days. That's my goal, so that would be nice. And then I can maybe feel a little bit better about not doing 3 episodes a turn, but I mean 3 turns an episode. It's still my goal, so hopefully soon. Until the next one, thanks for watching, take care, and stay safe. Oh, that was all backwards, but that's okay. Take care.